had a hard time, obviously, protecting Sam Bradford, and they've not been able to run the ball historically bad. And I think the onus, once again this week, is on this defense. They've got to keep the score down. They're playing a Cardinals defense that is outstanding. Can't imagine the Vikings scoring a lot of points. This could be a really low scoring ball game today.
You taking the under?
I'm taking the under.
All right, good. Off we go. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll set it up more. Should be a good game. Vikings and Cardinals coming up on Fox.
Ooh, I like that.
So you're up at dawn, kid, look alive. You've been saving for a big man cave. Good luck with that, Dave. You made the most of your retirement plan, so you better learn to drive that RV, man. So many things you're doing in your life. Nationwide is on your side.
Passing the pigskin in average work pants. Passing the pigskin in Duluth fire hose work pants. Duluth Trading Fire Hose Work Pants. Tougher than a Hail Mary hog. Get a pair. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
You're here to buy a used car, truck, SUV. That's smart. TrueCar can help. It's great for finding a new car, but you already knew that. It's also great for finding the perfect used car. You'll see what a fair price is, and you can connect with a TrueCar certified dealer. So no matter what you're looking for, there it is. This is how buying a used car should be. This is TrueCar.
All right, here are today's Kate Jewelers players to watch. For Arizona, it's Larry Fitzgerald, still doing it in his 13th year and doing it well. And for Minnesota, Stephon Diggs, nobody better the last 2 weeks across the NFL. That was today's Kate Jewelers players to watch. Let's kick this off. When we come back, Cards and Vikes coming up.
How to go live if you're not an athlete, but today, you're a winner. Hey, how's your team doing? And by your team, we mean the team whose jersey you own. Good enough for us, because a win's a win. Know what else a win is? A chance to revel in the victory. So pull out your phone, hit this, then this, and go live. Look, this is a big win for you. And now, whether they knew it or not, it's a big win for your friends too.
Is it a force of nature or a sales event? The Season of Audi sales event is here. Audi will cover your first month's lease payment on select models during the Season of Audi sales event.
Once you get in the Army, you hear the term Ranger, and you look at it as the highest standards. I was extremely proud to be part of the 1st Ranger Battalion. When I was deployed, I knew that USAA was taking care of my wife when she was back home. And now I know with my son, the USAA will continue to provide the insurance and protection we need.
They always say, you've served your country, so we're here to serve you.
My name is Alejandro Villanueva, and I'm a USAA member for life.
Call USAA today to talk about your insurance needs.
Excuse me, sir, do you know the Wi-Fi password?
Do not look at my daughter. All one word.
Funny.
Not funny.
Save $10 per night. Just stay 2 nights or more. Book today at daysin.com.
Welcome.
Hi.
Today we're going to be comparing the roll-formed high-strength steel bed of the Chevy Silverado to the aluminum bed of this competitor's truck. Nice. Want to grab that empty toolbox for me? Let's start here with the aluminum bed.
We got Swiss cheese for a truck here. I'm curious to see if that will do the same thing with the Chevy.
Well, let's find out. Same spot, same angle, same empty toolbox.
Took it way better. The steel held up.
Silverado proved it is the toughest truck here.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Oh, we're moments from kickoff. Let's send it down to the field. Here's Aaron Andrews.
Joe, according to Arizona head coach Bruce Arians, whichever line holds up today will have the advantage. He talked about the inconsistencies and injuries on this line, but quarterback Carson Palmer says it's on me today to get the ball out faster. His running back David Johnson spoke with me, and he mentioned staying patient all day, hitting the holes. I'll tell you right now, another thing they need to work on, communication with all this noise out here.
It is a loud new stadium here in Minneapolis, and the drive will start at the 25 for the Cardinals, coming off that win at home against San Francisco. And here comes Carson Palmer. Put up a record-setting year last year with Arizona. This year not as good, but he is averaging over 300 yards per game. Nobody in the history of the franchise has done that for an entire season.
Well, I think to follow up on what Aaron Andrews said, both of these defenses very difficult to throw the football against, and the Cardinals have struggled running the football here over the last 3 weeks, and I know in talking with Bruce Arians, he has said that he has to do a better job of showing some patience with the play calls and continue to run the football.
And that's not the start anybody was looking for. False start.
False start. Offense number 53. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
They get the center, A.Q. Shipley. That's Clete Blakeman. We had him last week in that good game between the Cowboys and the Steelers. And there are some of the offensive numbers for the Cardinals and where they rank. You see that last number, 29th in sacks allowed. As many already as they allowed all of last year. Palmer protected, out to his right. Fires for Fitzgerald, and a nice catch with the safety Harrison Smith right on his back. And on 1st and 15, a gain of 8. Here's the Vikings defense, and again, both teams with offensive lines that are banged up, both teams with good defenses, and they'll need those defenses to cover some of the holes they have up front offensively. Second and 7. Here's Johnson. David Johnson, one of the best in the game, is knocked down by Harrison Smith. A gain of 3, 3rd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, of course, David Johnson, you talked about last year and all the explosive plays that this offense had. He certainly was a big part of it. He's a big part of it this year as well, and they can do so much with him. But the running game, there's been a big burden on this passing game to make some plays, and they ran the ball well through the first part of this year, but as I said a moment ago, the run game has been a struggle, and it's hard to imagine it being a lot better against this tough Minnesota defensive front.
3rd down and 4. Pressure on Palmer, and the pass incomplete. And right up the gut was Brian Robison, with John Brown the intended target, and Robison was untouched.
Untouched. Just a breakdown of that offensive line with left tackle John Wetzel, who's getting the start once again today for Jared Valdir, and then the left guard Mike Upati, and that is not by design when you turn a down lineman loose and a straight shot on your quarterback.
Back for his second tour of duty with the Cardinals is Drew Butler. On the return, it's Sherrills. Good blocking. And Butler gets in on the tackle. Just a 36-yard punt and a 32-yard return by Sherrills, who missed last week, out with a concussion. And you see the wall they set up out to the right for Marcus Sherrills.
Well, that's got to be a big part of this game for the Minnesota Vikings. Defense, they go out, they force a 3-and-out, and then with the punt return, they flip the field position. And they start this offense out with excellent field position.
They move the ball back 9 yards as Sherrill stepped out of bounds at the 44. Good starting field position for the Vikings, and they hand it to McKinnon, who breaks 1 tackle and picks up a yard and a half, maybe 2. Sam Bradford has been really accurate. 69.6 overall, and here at home, look at the numbers. His completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, not a pick.
Well, and he's been about all they've got. You know, I mean, not, as we said, not great protection, historically poor rushing offense, and yet he's been able to hang in there and make some plays, and it's been a tough time and a tough year for him.
Protected here, and he's got a wide open receiver, Thielen, and he's down to the 20.
Pretty good protection on this play for Sam Bradford, and a well-run route on the outside by Adam Thielen. And you see the one-on-one matchup with Cooper, and he's able to get him turned. And once he got Cooper turned, as though he was going to run by him, defensive backs beat, and it makes for an easy completion.
These Vikings love Adam Thielen.
He's been terrific.
He's elevated himself into the starting role. That's his 33rd catch of the year, and he's coming on. Handoff is to McKinnon. And for Jerick McKinnon, a run of 8 brought down by Justin Bethel. And you look at these numbers, the total yards per game, the big reason why they're averaging under 70 yards rushing a game, which is not just last, but it's the lowest in franchise history, much to the chagrin of third-year head coach Mike Zimmer. Took his team to the playoffs a year ago, and they lost a heartbreaker at home to the Seattle Seahawks. Penalty flag at the start. End zone, touchdown, Rudolph. But a flag is down. And a long discussion about the flag as Bradford sticks his head in there to listen. Here's the call.
Illegal use of hands, hands to the face, offense number 78. 10-yard penalty, replay, 3rd down.
That's Jeremiah Searles out at right tackle, who's making his 3rd start out there, and the tackle issues because of injuries. Well, it's been a revolving door out on the edge, and there's the call.
Yeah, there's a call, and against Chandler Jones is who he had the hands to the face on, and boy, what a missed opportunity there for the Minnesota Vikings. A well-designed route combination by Pat Shurmur, and they leave Kyle Rudolph wide open down here in the red zone, but it's all coming back.
Pat Shurmur in his 3rd week as offensive coordinator, taking over for Norv Turner, who left the team. And Shurmur has taken over a lot more quick throws for this Vikings offense with the protection issues, and so far pretty good start for Jerick McKinnon. Had an 8-yard run earlier. Now he has a 6-yard run against a defense that comes in ranked 2nd. See that 2nd column in total yards per game, yards per play. They're 1st in points per game, tied for 3rd. And Bruce Arians has done nothing but win in his 4th year in charge of the Cardinals. You see that good record, but it's been a frustrating start at 4-4-1 here in 2016. 3rd and 6. Bradford to the end zone. Thielen incomplete. And Thielen believes that was good. And I can tell you from up here, it looked awfully close to being good if he hung on. Well, catch, 2 feet, and if he hangs on, that's a touchdown. And the Vikings are going to challenge the call And it looks like this will be a touchdown. What a catch.
Yeah, it's an outstanding catch. Really a perfectly thrown ball by Sam Bradford. They come and press Bethel on the inside.
Minnesota is challenging the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass.
Gives them a shot to the pylon, and that looks like it's going to be 6 points.
Called incomplete. We expect a reversal and early points for the Vikings.
So can I redeem my Rapid Rewards points at any time?
Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it.
Thanksgiving. Fourth of July?
Yes to any seat, any day, anytime. Just the way you want it. That's transparency.
What are you looking at? Crazy. It's a virtual reality world.
Can I cheat? Ooh, yeah.
Where is my mind?
Will we be able to see the whole park?
Yeah, it's 360.
And look, it goes all the way around.
Let's go. I was swimming in the Caribbean. Animals were hiding behind the rock.
Oh, that mom's calling. Hey, Mom.
Where are you guys?
We'll be back soon. Love you. Bye, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
Hey, guys!
All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
That was awesome.
Monday Night Football goes south of the border for an AFC showdown in Mexico City. The Texans face the first-place Raiders. It's a Monday night fiesta. Texans-Raiders tomorrow on ESPN.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
After review of the play, the receiver controlled the ball and got both feet down. It is a touchdown. Minnesota will not be charged with a timeout.
Thielen is really developing, Troy, in one of those good possession receivers, but he's got a little bit more. He's got a little more size than some of those guys like a Cole Beasley. He's got obviously great hands. They found somebody in number 19.
That's his third year in the system. He's got good speed too, and so just a guy who continues to work hard during the week, and then the repetitions of being in the same system for as long as he has, it's paid dividends for him and the Vikings this year.
Here's the new kicker, Kai Forbath, and kind of a Bronx cheer here in Minneapolis. Previous kicker Blair Walsh missed 4. 16-yarder. Zimmer loves it. So does Thielen. 7-0 Minnesota on top in a big Week 11 game.
Take on the night shift. Introducing the new Titan with America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper. Black Friday offers start now. Hurry in and save up to $10,000 on Titan XD.
Alexa, order a black cowboy hat.
Okay.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Alexa, what's the weather?
It's 57 degrees.
Yeah, you're still gonna have to mow the lawn. Alexa, play Shameless by Garth Brooks.
Okay.
I'm shameless.
Hey, Santa, you're on in 5.
Great. I've got time for my Starbucks mobile order. Happy holidays.
Hi, good afternoon. Ava, sweetheart.
Happy holidays.
Mobile order for Santa?
Thank you.
I thought Santa only drinks milk.
Well,
Take Pop for Ava. It's from Santa.
Make a little holiday magic with Visa Checkout and the Starbucks app. Visa, everywhere you want to be.
Today's game is sponsored by Bud Light. Make the right call. Drink responsibly.
How about for the Vikings? 16 rush yards on that opening possession. 5.3 average. A good return by Marcus Sherrills to set up the great field position, and only the second time the Vikings have scored on an opening drive this season, and on a 28-degree day outside with the big windows closed at the end of the stadium. It'll be another touchback.
We'll go back and take a look at that touchdown, and the Vikings, they split Asiata out wide, and it puts Thielen then in the slot on Bethel, and you look at all the field that he has to work. Bethel typically is the outside defender, and just a perfectly thrown ball, and this game really has gotten off to as good a start as the Vikings could have hoped for, with a 3-and-out defensively to start this game. The great return by Marcus Sherrills, and then even overcoming the penalty after a touchdown pass to Kyle Rudolph to finish off that drive and get 7 points.
Second possession for Carson Palmer and the Cardinals down 7. They hand it to Johnson left side. And David Johnson good for 3. First quarter offense has not been good for Arizona. Just 14 points put up. That's the fewest across the NFL. And now they find themselves in a hole. I said it during the opening, and I know that few people pay attention to the opening. But now this NFC West, everybody's looking up at the suddenly red-hot Seattle Seahawks, who are coming off a road win at New England and have a home game against Philly coming up. 2nd and 7. Sideline incomplete for John Brown. Covered by Xavier Rhodes. 3rd and 7.
Well, a lot of people asking the question as to what's been wrong with this Cardinals offense based on how good they were last year and as explosive as they were last season. I think a lot of it, Joe, has been some of the changes that have taken place in the offensive line. Left guard Mike Upati, the only starter in this game today that started in the NFC Championship game last January. When Jared Valdir, there was only 2 guys remaining coming into this year, and Valdir now on IR.
3rd down and 7. And nothing there but a flag flies as Fitzgerald was on the ground, and we'll see if he was dragged there illegally. Covered by Captain Munnerlyn right there in the slot.
Yeah, I think Captain Munnerlyn lost his footing, and he just grabbed him and did everything he could.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 24. It's a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Just try to keep from giving up a play to Larry Fitzgerald, and of course we've talked about it before. Fitzgerald is having a great year, and it really looked just a couple of years ago like he was slowing down, and he is playing a lot more in the slot, as we know, and that's relatively new when Arians took over. But man, you watch him in there, it looks like he's been doing it his entire career. He's very natural, a big target, much bigger target than most slot receivers. Been a great player.
Here's Johnson, lowers his head, and a decent pickup on first down. Kendricks on the tackle. He was iffy during the week with a bad hip that he injured last week in Washington. A gain of 4. Well, Fitzgerald is now number 6 on the all-time receptions list. He's number 11 in receiving yards. And by the end of this year, at his pace, he'll be easily top 10 in receiving yards. And who knows how high in the all-time career receptions list. It's been a career renaissance. 2nd and 6, Johnson left side. And a nice run, knocked down right at the marker.
Yeah, I know when we visited with Mike Zimmer on Friday and talked to him about some of the challenges that Larry Fitzgerald presents because of his ability to move around, and he's quite a fan of Larry Fitzgerald's and the way he goes about playing, and after he takes a hit, he gets up and pats the defender on the helmet and gets back to the huddle. And a bit of a homecoming for him today, returning here to Minnesota.
He is 0-4 as a pro. Coming back home. The guy was the number 3 overall pick back in 04. Pass, there he is. Fitzgerald with another first down for Arizona. A gain of 16. Aaron, I know you have more on number 11.
Yeah, you mentioned Larry Fitzgerald's homecoming. Went to high school here in Minnesota. Also served as a ball boy for the Vikings. His dad, who was good friends with Denny Green, made him actually call Coach Green and ask him for the job. 14 years old when he got it. He was around the likes of Chris Carter, Randy Moss. His dad telling me today before the game, he was like a sponge. He said, learn as much as you can from those guys, but don't do everything those particular guys do.
Yeah, he's really been an inspiring player, a joy to be around. Good protection, and there's the tight end Fells, spinning his way down near the 20, and they can't get him to the ground. Man, that was impressive. 6'7", 281, and Darren Fells just wouldn't go down.
Well, they've showed some balance, you know, with the running game here in this first quarter. The play action, that gets this fast-flowing linebacking core, you know, up towards the line of scrimmage, and it opens up those throwing lanes then for Fells underneath it. That's when the Arizona Cardinals get awfully dangerous. They get the running game going with David Johnson, the play action passing game. They're going to take some shots down the field. They've had calls made here on this drive to take some shots. Vikings have taken those away, and instead they've come underneath. They hit Fitzgerald a couple plays ago in the underneath crosser. This time they get Fells.
Ellington, who started out wide, then was in motion, gets it on the handoff. He can scoot. Knocked out of bounds at the 12. David Johnson out in front blocking. By the way, the Vikings allow the fewest plays defensively of 20 or more yards. That completion to Darren Fells was a 22-yarder, and it set up this opportunity. Now the ball sitting at the 12 of Minnesota. 2nd and 3.
Yeah, this defense, really both defenses, they make you earn every yard you get.
Johnson carries. Good play. Tom Johnson, a defensive lineman who, Troy, I know caught your eye watching film of their game last week in Washington.
Well, he's part of that rotation that Mike Zimmer likes to use defensively, and when he comes in, he gives them really good production. He's able to move people, get up the field, and keep that defensive line fresh. They've got nice depth in that front seven.
Arians said he'd be patient with the run today. So far, more on the ground than in the air. 3rd and 3. Johnson in the slot to start the play. Pass caught. First down as Floyd gets popped by Harrison Smith inside the 5, and it's 1st and goal. Good strong catch of 10 yards for Michael Floyd.
Well, they put 3 receivers over there in the bunch set. The Vikings go with 4 guys to cover 3. It makes it for some tight windows, but Carson Palmer makes a perfect throw to Michael Floyd, and when you get that far inside, you know that there's going to be safety help, and you're going to get hit as soon as you make the catch, and Floyd makes a big play, coming off a heck of a game last week in that win against the 49ers.
Good answer by Arizona. 10th play of the drive. 1st and goal. Johnson still driving inside the 1. And the first guy to hit him was Harrison Smith. And there's a reason, Troy, why Harrison Smith is the highest paid safety in the league.
Well, that's like an Oklahoma drill right there. He has to feel the hole, and you're going to see it opens up. The only guy there to make the play then is Harrison Smith. It's one-on-one against a big back like David Johnson, and Smith stones him right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and goal. Extra offensive lineman in and into the end zone for the touchdown is David Johnson. '24th touchdown for David Johnson in 26 career games. The 3rd-round pick out of Northern Iowa last year is ascending the list on the best running backs in the game.
Well, the extra lineman they bring in, and you see the lead blocker then, and David Johnson just kind of gets in behind him, and Jermaine Gresham, he's also helping out, and the Cardinals answer with a drive of their own.
That was Evan Boehm in at fullback, and it's a 7-7 game. Nice answer by the Cardinals. 4:07 left, first quarter.
There's just a mass amount of data in this business. Trey Brown, Director of College Scouting, you got to have a powerful laptop. We're trying to find the prospects who can compete on the professional level. See how he drops his hips? You look at the athleticism, the speed, the explosiveness. We're on the field, in the classroom. The Surface Pro allows us to be everywhere.
One guy that really caught my attention.
I can write right on the screen. I couldn't do that on a Mac. At the end of the day, we're trying to find the players that are going to give us the opportunity to win championships.
Take on the day shift. Introducing the new Titan with America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper. Black Friday offers start now. Hurry in and save up to $10,000 on Titan XD.
Time has always had its own energy. We move with light. We rise with light. We live with light. Echo Drive, powered by light. Any light. Never needs a battery. Citizen.
You love all-day breakfast, but you don't love that you can't get all your favorites. But now you can get more of what you love, so you can find something else to not love, like hearing the sound of your own voice. Get more choices you love, now with all-day breakfast.
Washington State, Friday at 3 Eastern on Fox.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Nissan. Innovation that excites. By McDonald's. I'm loving it. And by Microsoft Surface, the official tablet of the NFL.
Welcome back inside this new stadium. Dare I say it's the best one in the NFL?
It's impressive, isn't it?
Man, it is awesome. They did such a good job.
Yeah, they sure did.
I know you like that section up to our left there with the couch and the bottle service. Hey. Man, they did a fantastic job. And I know those are fighting words down in Arlington, Texas, but hats off. Well done. Catanzaro drills it out of the back of the end zone. 7-7 game. Vikings will have it second time in their new home.
Neil Lane designs jewelry for Hollywood's biggest stars. And with his vintage-inspired collection at Kay Jewelers, he designs them for you, too.
The inspiration for this ring goes back almost 100 years. It's based on an Art Deco design. Over 50 diamonds, all hand-set. You know the saying, they don't make them like they used to? I still do.
Neil Lane Bridal at Kay, the #1 jewelry store for...
Yes.
Every kiss begins with K.
Viagra single packs. So guys with ED can take Viagra when they need it.
Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempas for pulmonary hypertension. Your blood pressure could drop to an unsafe level. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing.
Ask your doctor about Viagra single packs.
When you're raised by wolves, there's no 10 any deal where you can carry out a large Pizza Hut pizza, any toppings, any recipe, any day of the week. But now I can even carry out a large pan meat lovers for just $10. The 10 any deal, because no one out pizzas the Hut.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do.
At the United States Postal Service, we deliver more online purchases to homes than anyone else in the country. And more hippopotamuses, too.
2 top 10 middleweights. Whitaker takes on Brunson. UFC Fight Night, Saturday at 7 Eastern on FS1.
People who don't know me soon come to realize that I do not have any sense.
Seven game, 4:07 left, opening quarter. In what Troy has prognosticated as a low-scoring affair coming in. Let's see just how good he is. Here's McKinnon. Tries the right side and takes a couple of Cardinals for a ride. Picks up 4. Where he's brought down by Marcus Golden. They have two really good outside linebackers in this defense for Arizona. Those offensive tackles for the Vikings are going to have their hands full with Golden and Jones.
Well, Sam Bradford, he's got to be pleasantly surprised here in the early going. They've got a pretty good running game going here on the few carries they've had.
Quick throw, sideline. Thielen shows off the good hands, has a first down. Here's Carissa Thompson with a game break.
Nice use of the word prognosticated, Joe. Baltimore at Dallas Cowboys, 8-1, looking to go 9 in a row, but not if Terrence West has something to say about it. His 4th touchdown of the year. Ravens, by the way, never lost to the Dallas Cowboys. They're up 7-0. Joe?
Uh-oh, Dallas Cowboys are losing. Tony Romo's on the sideline in uniform. Cowboys have won 8 straight, as Carissa said. In command in the East at the moment. We'll see them on Thanksgiving. And a good battle against Washington as McKinnon carries it for 2.
Talk about Sam Bradford over the course of his career, Joe. I mean, he's been through a lot of offensive coordinators. Been hard for him to, really get settled in within a system when he was with the Rams, and then of course there with the Philadelphia Eagles. But heck, this year he's had 2 offensive coordinators, and he thought Philadelphia was a bit of a circus while he was there. But the last 4 weeks have been a little different here in Minnesota, and I know the loss of Norv Turner really had an impact on Sam Bradford.
Here's McKinnon. Can't make the first man miss, and that first man's named Kevin Minter. And then help arrived. 3rd and 11 coming up. I mean, Norv Turner is one of the great offensive coordinators. As you watch McKinnon, somebody who presented you, Troy Aikman, at the Hall of Fame. It took everybody by surprise, and at the top of the list, as you see Pat Shurmur on the sideline, at the top of the list was Mike Zimmer, the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. He was shocked.
Hey, 22 right.
3rd and 11.
22.
Odd start to that play. Down the middle and incomplete for Diggs. 4th down. So the 1 first down on the catch by Thielen, and back to the sideline, Bradford.
I know in visiting with Sam Bradford about that, he said it took 2 to 3 days to really be able to process it. He really enjoyed the time that he had with Norv, and I think there were quite a few guys offensively that felt maybe they had something to do with his departure. I know Sam felt that maybe he had something to do with it. Alex Boone thought the offensive line's play had something to do with it, but they're just looking for a win now.
Here's Brown waiting for the punt inside the 15. A good punt by Jeff Locke. Flag is down. And so is John Brown after a return of just 4 yards and a 53-yard punt. Here's the call. False start on Clete Blakeman. Started to make the call and then turned the mic off and went for another talk.
During the kick, holding, return team number 21. Penalties half the distance to the goal line from the end of the kick. 1st down, Arizona.
Peterson, Patterson, Patrick, Cordero, and that's a penalty.
You coming tonight? Come, it's gonna be fun.
This is the deal of a century.
Yeah, 10 nuggets for $1.49.
You can't get 10 of anything for $1.49 these days. Deal of the century.
Yeah, made with white meat chicken, 10 nuggets for $1.49 is the deal of the century. 10 nuggets, just $1.49. Only at Burger King.
Everyone wants to be a star.
Star, special premiere December 14th on Fox.
Fifth home game for the Vikings in their new home. First time those big glass windows have been closed. Very pleasant inside, 28 degrees outside, and I think a pretty good start for each offense. I mean, we're just getting going.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's early, but there's already been more points scored than I anticipated coming in. I thought this would be a baseball score, and you know, but both offenses against good defensive teams have moved the ball, and they've capitalized on the opportunities, and here we are with a 7-7 ball game. But
good job by you.
Thanks. Yeah, don't hear that much.
No. Well, let me be the first to tell you in a long time. Good job by you. See what's happened on first down. Arizona's averaging just under 9 yards per first down. This drive starting at the 6. David Johnson, left side, gets 9. Brought down by Harrison Smith. And when you talk about the overall game of Larry Fitzgerald, this is a big part of it.
Sure is. Yeah, he's a very unselfish player. He does a lot of the dirty work. I think he sets the tone for some of these younger receivers that they can certainly learn by example in the things that he does, not just on Sundays, but during the week. I'm impressed. We heard Aaron Andrews to get going early in this game that Bruce Arians said whichever offensive line does the best, they're going to have the advantage in this game, and he has stuck true to running the football.
And he's got a first down with 2 runs to start this drive, which began at the 6. Anthony Barr on the tackle, a carry of 10 yards for David Johnson. All of a sudden, the Seahawks are coming off a win on the road at New England. They get to 6-2-1. The division looking up at Seattle, and they have a home game coming up later in the day against Philadelphia.
The Cardinals, you know, look at that 4-4-1 record and a couple tough games, including the tie with Seattle. You know, they make a couple kicks, and their season looks a lot differently than it currently does.
3 consecutive carries by Johnson, and he breaks loose for 11. And that's how the first quarter comes to a close. Another tackle for Smith. Good start for David Johnson in a 7-7 game.
Steakhouses and parsley have gone together forever. But from the looks of Taco Bell's new steakhouse burrito and steakhouse nachos, drenched in zesty, indulgent queso, parsley's no longer wanted. If you could only hear its pain. But you can't, because parsley can't talk. Just like I can't play piano.
Everything you love about the steakhouse, nothing you don't. The new steakhouse burrito and steakhouse nachos, only at Taco Bell.
If Old Spice Sweat Defense helps keep me feeling dry, how would they know I worked hard? I've got to make stuff harder. There, that's hard.
Can I have some more ice cream?
The Mick, coming this January to Fox.
This is the new 2017 Chevy Cruze. I'm only going to show you half of it. What do you think?
I think it looks very sleek.
The lights remind me of Audi lights.
And it starts at $22,190.
Nice.
But there's another side to this car.
Oh, wow.
Love
This is
it.
the first ever Chevy Cruze hatch.
Well, that's impressive.
Wow.
So check it out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I do like it a lot.
Now that you know it's a hatchback, what does it make you think of?
A young professional / weekend warrior. The whole business in the front, party in the back sort of thing.
I'm here in Bristol, Virginia. And now I'm in Bristol, Tennessee. On this side of the road is Virginia. And on this side, it's Tennessee. No matter which state in the country you live in, you could save hundreds on car insurance by switching to Geico. Look, I'm in Virginia. I'm in Tennessee. Virginia, Tennessee. And now I'm in, Virginia.
See how much you could save on car insurance.
Or am I in Tennessee?
Mars will be the greatest adventure ever.
Mars, new episode, tomorrow on National Geographic.
College football, Thanksgiving weekend on Fox. Jake Browning and the 6th-ranked Huskies.
What a throw!
Luke Falk and the Cougars.
Oh, my goodness.
It's an Apple Cup showdown, with the victor claiming the spot in the Pac-12 championship. Friday, Washington State at 3 Eastern on Fox.
see the top three in scrimmage yards per game. The rookie on the left, Ezekiel Elliott, leading the way, and then David Johnson, DeMarco Murray, the former Cowboy, then Eagle, now Titan. Number 3 on that list, and David Johnson is starting to get hot. And they keep feeding him. Thanksgiving weekend, it's a pair of Pac-12 showdowns with spots in the conference championship on the line. It all starts Friday as Jake Browning and 6th-ranked Washington take on Luke Falk and 22nd-ranked Washington State. Then on Saturday, 12th-ranked Utah against 10th-ranked Colorado. It's all on Fox, or you can watch it live on Fox Sports Go. 2nd and 7. Five straight carries by Johnson, another first down. And since David Johnson took over at running back last December, he leads across the NFL in scrimmage yards by a mile.
Well, you're going to see Earl Watford. He does a good job of just giving David Johnson something, and then on the backside with Jermaine Gresham and the jump cut by David Johnson and another nice block that gives Johnson a little bit more room to run. And this defense for the Vikings, they were outstanding in their 5-game win streak. They have not been as stout against the run during the last 4 losses they've had, and the Cardinals are taking it to them.
Now they play action. Finally throw it, and there's Fitzgerald with a lot of hand checking as he worked on Terrence Newman. And 2 vets going at it. And a completion of 13 yards.
Well, zone coverage, and he pushes up, and as you said, there's contact at the top of the route, and Fitzgerald plays through it, and he's able to make a play on the ball. And Carson Palmer, he hangs in there. Now, talking about this Vikings defense, the last 4 games, they've had just 3 sacks. They got off to a red-hot start getting pressure on the quarterback. Teams have started getting the ball out a little bit quicker. This will be one of those games for the Vikings where Carson will hold it a little more than most.
Here's Johnson to the 35. David Johnson has got 3 runs of 10 or more yards on this drive and 1 of 9, so he's chewing up some yardage against this Vikings defense.
Well, they're showing great balance, and we see the play action then. And what I mean by Carson will hold it, because he's a rhythmic quarterback. He gets the ball out, but Bruce Arians in this offense, they like to take shots. So in order to do that, there will be 7-step drops. There will be times when he's holding it and give the Vikings maybe an opportunity to get back there at him.
Now the 4-time Pro Bowler, Mike Iupati, is down on a knee. Tried to get back to the huddle and couldn't. And we zoom in on the legs, and there's the left leg and the ankle with Everson Griffin. Big body on that leg.
Well, both these teams, I mean, just have been dismantled along that offensive line with injuries this year. And I talked about how Valdir, he went on IR. Iupati, the only guy left from the NFC Championship game of the starting 5, and now we see him limping off the field.
All right. This is a Cardinal team that starts this game with 3 extra offensive linemen. By comparison, Minnesota has only 2 available, and they're going to have to get someone else in there. And it's Taylor Boggs, who was recently added, a free agent, played at Humboldt State. 6'3", 302, and right into the action, 5th-year pro. 2nd and 7. Pass is right into the shoulder and caught by Michael Floyd on a quick throw from Carson Palmer. First down.
Yeah, I'll say quick. It kind of caught Floyd by surprise. Even he's laughing about it. As he comes out of this route, the ball is on top of him in a hurry. That's an excellent job on his part. As I talked about, 100 yards receiving last week, made some outstanding catches in that ball game. And you know, he had struggled a little bit prior to last week. He wasn't making some of those contested balls. He's had a couple catches already in this game, and that was good concentration on his part.
Here's Johnson, who has got over 50 yards on this drive as he picks up 7. Trey Wayne's on the tackle.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a load at 225 pounds, and you know, what a steal the Cardinals got for a third-round pick, and you know where he's really dangerous is when he's in the backfield. You know what he's capable of doing, but they'll split him out. He'll run wide receiver routes, and then as a defense, you got to decide if you're going to play him as a wide receiver. If you stay in base defense, linebackers, he's going to eat them up. Creates a lot of challenges.
They keep feeding him. 2nd and 3. Here's some more. Not this time. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down coming up. Robinson, Johnson, Kendricks, all up front for this Minnesota defense. A loss of 1. Cardinals have been good in these spots. Just got it away, and so did Palmer as he was under heavy pressure. Floyd, the target. It brings up 4th down, and Palmer just out of survival chucked it to the sideline.
Yeah, Mike Zimmer, he dials up the blitz, going to come after him on 3rd and medium and force the ball out of Carson's hands, and a good call and a good stop once the Cardinals were driving.
So Catanzaro will try it. Hit from 60. Week 3 at Buffalo. This is a 34-yard try. And the lead for the visitors. 10-7 Cardinals on top. 10:04 left, first half.
Well, if you want to sing out, sing out. And if you want to be free, be free. 'Cause there's a million things to be, you know that there are. And if you want to be me, be me. And if you want to be you, be you. 'Cause there's a million things to do, you know that there are.
Okay, Google, turn on the hall lights.
Okay, Google, turn up the music. Okay, Google, what's the weather?
Two babies train.
How do you say nice to meet you in Spanish?
Okay, Google, dim the downstairs lights.
Get up off of that thing and stand to do you better. Get up off of that thing.
Get up for Black Friday. Starts Thursday, 6 p.m. Walmart.
What would you do for 3 pancakes for 89 cents?
I'd pay 89 cents. What would you do for 3 pancakes for 89 cents?
I'd hug a shark.
Get a stack of 3 large golden pancakes for 89 cents. 3 large pancakes, 89 cents. Only at Burger King.
Everyone wants to be a star.
Star special premiere December 14th on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Burger King. Now get 3 large pancakes for only 89 cents, only at Burger King. By the new 2017 Jeep Grand Cherokee, free to be. And by Walmart. Find gifts, groceries, and more this season.
Back-to-back impressive scoring drives for the Cardinals. 11 plays, 75 yards, 6:18 off the clock for the touchdown. The latest one, 12 plays, 78 yards, and basically 6.5 minutes off the clock. You see David Johnson, a big part of that drive. Faced only 1 third down on that possession and could not convert. Catanzaro gets into it. Patterson will not take it out. We saw left guard Mike Upati limp off on that last possession for the Cardinals, and now trying to get it back together. 10-7 game.
You are gonna love this place.
I'm more of a milkshake guy.
And I'd say expand your horizons.
I'm very open-minded.
No, expand your horizons. It's the name of a smoothie.
Yeah, I see they have bee pollen, two of my favorite allergies.
Trust me, John grows half the stuff in his own backyard.
That's true.
Two of my usuals, please. Add spirulina.
Is that a noodle?
It's his first time.
That's almost as good as a milkshake.
Cheers.
Get together and shop small on Small Business Saturday.
When your holidays have a Hemi engine, there's no faster way to trim a tree. Great deals all month long at the Dodge Black Friday event. Now get 20% off MSRP cash allowance for an average of $6,400 in savings on select 2016 Journey Crossroad models in dealer stock.
Lately, Bud Light's been talking about what's on their cans. But at Miller Lite, we focus on what's in our can. More taste, less calories, and half the carbs. Spelled different because it's brewed different.
Thanksgiving weekend on Fox. It's a showdown for a spot in the Pac-12 championship. Friday, Washington State at 3 Eastern on Fox.
Week 11 continues later today on CBS. Then tonight with Sunday Night Football on NBC. And tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Football on ESPN.
Let's go back to December 12th, 2010 at about 5 o'clock in the morning, the roof of the Metrodome. Well, the snow, the ice broke through. Game was canceled. Now, let's just say that might have expedited the process of getting a new stadium. That was a quick shot of the couch area where Troy will be for Super Bowl 52 at the end of next season. Here's Rudolph, the tight end, and Kyle is going to roll out of bounds with a gain of 8.
Well, they've got a beautiful new home here, as we discussed. If there was ever any doubt as to whether or not they needed a new stadium, I think that video pretty much confirmed it.
Just good work by.
I used to have a dealership, and we had leaks throughout the showroom all the time, and it was just one of the many water features that came with
very soothing
the
when
visit.
buying a new car. Here's McKinnon. Not anything there. Well played up front by this Arizona defense, and Frosty Rucker comes out of there celebrating. Third down coming up.
Well, good job up front by this Cardinals defense, and just not getting any push by the Vikings offense. Nowhere to run for McKinnon, and a 3rd and 1, and this has not been a good down in distance for this Vikings offense, and they need to convert because they have not gotten many snaps here in this first half.
Kind of a delayed snap. Pass is caught by Patterson into Arizona territory and tiptoeing down the sideline out of bounds at the 36. 30-yard completion on 3rd and 1.
Well, this is how they use Cordero Patterson. He's averaging less than 10 yards per reception. A lot of underneath things. Get the ball into his hands quickly and then let him run. And he's able to get out in front of Dayon Buchanan, and they convert the 3rd down. They've tried running the ball. They tried running it last week with Matt Asiata for no gains, and this time they go to the air and they pick up a nice gain by Patterson.
Bradford at the top of the formation along the sideline. Direct snap, McKinnon. And Jerick McKinnon is forward for 5. They're trying everything here in Minnesota.
You know, they have run some of the Wildcat stuff, and they're trying anything they can do to manufacture some type of running game. And last week, their longest run of the game against the Redskins was 13 yards by McKinnon in the Wildcat position. So they come back to it. They're able to pick up 5 yards.
So far, 7 carries for the Vikings, 28 yards, and they do it again. Now Bradford will be at the bottom of the screen. So they're averaging 4 yards a carry. Little toss to Bradford to the end zone for Thielen, and a flag. Tony Jefferson was down there defending, and he interfered with Adam Thielen at the 2.
Well, they get the call on Jefferson. Thielen was open, Bradford not able to get it out to him, and McKinnon.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 22. The ball in place at the 2-yard line. Despite the foul. First down, Minnesota.
You see where Thielen had him beat. McKinnon, after this handoff, he has to basically become a blocker on Golden. They had a chance, but nevertheless, they draw the penalty and sets him up down here on the 1-yard line.
Little razzle-dazzle from Pat Shurmur, the offensive coordinator, third week for Pat, and he had Sam Bradford in St. Louis as a rookie, had him in Philadelphia with Chip Kelly, and now has him in Minnesota. First and goal. Asiata. They're going to mark him short of the end zone inside the 1.
We were talking about Asiata a moment ago and some of the struggles on 3rd and 1. He is the bigger back of the guys they have, and he's their short yardage goal line runner, and
that's a
pretty
touchdown.
close.
62 reports as an eligible
Watch
receiver.
this.
62 is eligible.
Off the elbow.
No, that's a touchdown.
It looks like it from here.
If Zimmer wants to challenge, and he will, he's already 1 for 1. Asiata came down on a body. If the Vikings don't win this challenge, they're out of challenges.
The runner's down by contact.
But it looks to be worth it. And it was on the body of Buchanan that kept Asiata up. This looks to be another Viking score.
Hi, check out the all-new Chrysler Pacifica. All this space with lane departure warning with lane keep assist. Nice, right? Tell her it has forward collision warning with active braking. Wow. It's an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus.
Can you let the manager know I'd like a really great deal?
He already knows.
Great deals all month long at the Chrysler Black Friday event. Current owners or lessees of FCA or competitive vehicles finance and get $2,000 total cash allowance on the all-new Chrysler Pacifica.
What's your family doing this Thanksgiving?
Should we maybe just cook him?
From the creators of Zootopia, see the newest Disney masterpiece together. Dwayne Johnson, Ali'i Carvalho, Disney's Moana, Wednesday in 3D, rated PG.
Time has always had its own energy. We move with light, we rise with light, we live with light. Echo Drive, powered by light. Any light never needs a battery. Citizen.
Every Christmas is memorable, but a gift from Kay Jewelers makes it unforgettable. Save 25% on any Citizen watch at Kay, the #1 memory maker in America.
Every kiss begins with K.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Citizen Echo Drive watches, powered by light.
Well, even Mike Pereira has chimed in from LA saying he thinks touchdown. At no point do the knees go down of Asiata, the elbow, the forearm, everything stays in the air, breaks the plane. This should be the second touchdown that comes as a result of a challenge by Mike Zimmer, who hasn't exactly been playing with a hot hand on the sideline. Zimmer with 3 career challenge wins.
The runner extended the ball across the goal line. When he was not down, it is a touchdown. Minnesota will not be charged a timeout.
Old Zim came in with 3 career challenge wins in 41 games. And he's got 2 challenge wins this half for both touchdowns. And the Vikings are back on top. And they get an extra challenge as Zimmer's gone 2 for 2.
Well, they come up with a couple big plays. It's hard to score points when you're not creating some big plays, and those have come far and few between, you know, with this Minnesota offense. But they get the 3rd down conversion to Patterson, and then, of course, the pass interference on Tony Jefferson against Adam Thielen, and it sets up the plunge for Asiata and the touchdown. That's a good job by this Vikings team.
Yeah, whatever it takes. Used the Wildcat a couple of times. Little toss to Bradford, who threw it for the pass interference. Challenges. 1 for Thielen, 1 for Asiata. Extra points have not been a given around here, and they're not here. A block to keep it a 3-point game as Justin Bethel got in and knocked it away. Good effort by Bethel. And extra points and adventure with the Vikings.
P is for permission to indulge. O is for out of this world. L is for loving the seasonal cuisine. A is for access to everything, including the aisle. R is for reclining in tailor-made bedding. And I must be dreaming. S, so long, jet lag. Polaris from United.
Our mission is to produce programs and online content for African women as they try to build their businesses and careers. My name is Yasmin Bello Asage, and I'm a co-founder at She Leads Africa. I definitely could not do my job without technology. This Windows 10 device, the touchscreen allows you to kind of pinpoint what you're talking about, which makes communication much easier and faster than the old Mac that I used to use. You can configure it in so many different ways. It just, I don't know, it feels really cool. I feel like I'm in the future.
Well, if you want to sing out, sing out. And if you want to be free, be free. 'Cause there's a million things to be, you know that there are.
Are we on? Ginger Breddington here for Target's 10 Days of Deals. Look, it's Beats Solo headphones and Red Carpet Red from Sunday's 10% off electronics. KitchenAid mixer from Monday's 20% off kitchen is here too. And it looks like the rumors are true. Pizza brought another pizza for Wednesday's buy one, get one free pizza deal. So hot. And what are these surprise deals? Well, stick around because they are sweet.
Can I have some more ice cream?
The Mick, coming this January to Fox.
Well, Justin Bethel got it.
He's at the bottom of the screen. He comes right off the edge and gets a right hand out. And yeah, the Minnesota Vikings fans have seen about enough of miscues with extra points, field goals.
Well, that's one of the reasons extra points alone. Blair Walsh is no longer a part of the Vikings. That is the 5th extra point missed across the NFL today. Here's Golden on the returns, got some room. And Forbath can't slow him down much. Down the sideline and out of bounds just outside the 30. But they're going to mark him back at the 48. As Britton Golden stepped out of bounds after crossing midfield. It's a 48-yard return. The book on Kai Forbath is that the kickoffs aren't deep. It was a problem he had with the Redskins, with the Saints. This one was caught outside the end zone and on the run. And see, Golden stepped out at the 48. It's a 48-yard return and good starting field position for Arizona.
Yeah, it sure is. And Britton Golden, as you said, Joe, he caught that on the run, and some good blocking out in front of him. And special teams playing a part really here in the early going for both these teams. Good and bad.
Mike Upati is back in there for the Cardinals. First down. Down 3. And now a timeout taken by the Arizona sideline. Thanksgiving is coming up. Here are the two best to ever do it.
You know, there's some things in life that just fit. And I think when you talk about football, Thanksgiving, traditional rivalries, and being there, that's a good fit.
It's a good family day, and the rivalry between the Cowboys and the Redskins continues.
Can't wait for Thanksgiving Day 2016 coming up on Thursday, and the middle game, the later start, the afternoon start, the 8th meeting on Thanksgiving Day between the Cowboys and the Redskins.
Yeah, and that's what's great about that particular game is a divisional game and two teams with obviously a great history playing on Thanksgiving. It'll be awesome.
Play action from Palmer. Ellington out of the backfield, incomplete. Pressure on Carson Palmer, and he got rid of that a little earlier than he wanted to. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, getting Andre Ellington a little bit into the fold, and I know in visiting with Arians the other day and asking him kind of where Ellington was with everything, he's had to battle through some foot injuries early in his career, and he's a pretty explosive player. And Arians says, hey, he's fine. We just got to get him more opportunities. He tried to on that play, just not much there.
Here's Griffin off the edge. Can't get to Palmer, and the pass dropped by J.J. Nelson. Nelson had a fumble last week and a ball deflect off his hands for an interception. Couldn't make this catch.
Well, Griffin, he's going against the first-year player, John Wetzel, who we talked about is making his second start at left tackle for Jared Valdir. And, boy, that was one where J.J. Nelson had a tough game last week. He had a fumble after a reception. He had one come off his hands that was intercepted, and that's a ball you just have to be able to haul in.
3rd down and 10. Palmer escapes the pressure and throws into the dirt, but a flag is down in the secondary. Pass intended for Fitzgerald. And we'll get the call from Clete Blakeman. Flag is sitting on the far side of the field.
Illegal contact, defense number 26. It's a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
The young corner Trey Waynes guilty of illegal contact in the automatic first down.
Yeah, it was not on Fitzgerald, the intended target. It was right there past the 5 yards on Michael Floyd is where they got Trey Waynes, and Fitzgerald was on the inside. And they're able to get the penalty and give him a new set of downs.
Here's Ellington. Shows off the speed to the 35. And a carry of 8 yards for Andre Ellington, who has 52 yards rushing all year coming into this Week 11 game.
Well, I'll tell you, they are running the ball well in this game. I mean, they talked about it. They struggled the last 3 weeks running the football. The first couple of teams, Seattle, Carolina, you wouldn't expect to run the ball that well against them. Last week against San Francisco, a real struggle against the porous run defense. But man, they have got it cranked up against a good Minnesota defense.
They stay with it. First down. Ellington to the 30. Bruce Arians wasn't lying when he told you, and I know you just referenced it, that he wants to get Ellington involved. They do have Chris Johnson, who is on IR. They could designate him to return. That has to happen soon. He hurt his groin in week 4, so they need to see something out of Andre Ellington.
Well, they've thrown it 46 times or more in each of the last 3 games. You can't do that against a team that can get after the quarterback. I would not be surprised the way they've run the ball, some kind of play action down here with Bruce Arians. This is part of the field where he likes to take a shot.
Ellington right side. And with Harrison Smith coming up, Ellington gets only 2.
Well, and that's the other part of this is when they will at times put David Johnson on the field and Andre Ellington, but when you have Ellington on the field, then you have that guy, David Johnson, on the sidelines, and that is hard to do, as good as David Johnson is, and that's really why Ellington hasn't gotten more work than he's had.
Tenth in the NFL defending the run, almost to their season average already. And Harrison Smith, the safety, already has 7 tackles. Not a good sign. Palmer just got rid of it, and a flag flies. Palmer ends up on the ground. Floyd was the intended target, and Arians is hot on the sideline. Big pressure by Anthony Barr on that throw by Palmer.
Well, they go with big personnel.
Pass, holding, defense number 26. It's a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Trey Waynes again.
Once again on Michael Floyd. That's easy. He's grabbing him with the ball in the air. But I understand why Bruce Arians is upset. They go with big personnel. They got one wide receiver, that being Floyd, and they're trying to max protect it. And it looked like Fells, he just ran out on a route and didn't cover his blocking assignments. They had a free rusher right on Carson Palmer.
That's the 3rd first down by penalty against the Vikings secondary in this half. From the 23, protection this time, and the pass is to Fitzgerald and caught. I don't know how he grabbed it. Trey Waynes was all over him.
That was excellent coverage from here, Joe. I don't know how the ball got there. I mean, he put it about the only place he could, Had to get it on the outside, and Fitzgerald.
Oh, what a catch.
Hauls that one in. He has control, too, as the ball goes to the ground. Does hit the ground, but he's got possession. That's a reception. And what Trey Waynes, he's thinking, now I got called for a couple penalties and great coverage. He still catches the ball. And Tyrann Mathieu out once again today. He likes it.
Unbelievable catch. Handoff is to Ellington. Going to try and bounce it, and a nice play made by Eric Kendricks. A loss of 1.
A great play by Kendricks. He had a little help on the outside, but Kendricks, pretty dynamic player in their linebacker position. They got good speed at those 3 spots, and he's able to get just enough there of Ellington to get him on the ground.
Second and goal. Sprinting out to his right, and the pass incomplete for Fitzgerald.
Trey Waynes said not this time. He was in good position. Just nowhere to put that ball. Of course, I didn't think there was on the one that Fitzgerald caught, but a lot of hand checking going on there, even on that play. Trey Waynes with his left hand and arm around the waist of Fitzgerald. So they're working the young guy over.
Third down and goal. Palmer sits in, pass picked off, intercepted by Rhodes. Xavier Rhodes down the sideline, and goodbye, touchdown Vikings, no flags.
Well, that'll turn a game around. There's 2-on-1 on the outside, and Xavier Rhodes, he's playing outside, and just a miscommunication right here with what the receiver was doing. I believe that was John Brown, and just really nowhere to put that ball. And Xavier Rhodes, who there was question marks as to whether or not he'd even be playing today. He got a concussion in that game last week, but he makes a huge play, and the Cardinal fans have seen that before, thinking back to that Super Bowl with James Harrison. That's a great job by this Minnesota Vikings defense, making a key stop and then returning it for a touchdown.
Forbath able to hit the extra point for a team that has missed 5. Had one blocked earlier, but how about Xavier Rhodes? His 3rd pick, his first touchdown. And the Vikings lead is now 10.
At Jared, we turn feelings into jewelry. Jewelry that tells her she's the best thing that's ever happened to you in a way that goes beyond words. It could be a piece jewelry designers created just for Jared, or a piece we custom made just for you. Because we're more than a store that sells beautiful jewelry. We are jewelers. The one unique gift that tells her exactly how you feel. That's why he went to Jared.
23rd time's the charm.
Boom. Yes. 23rd time is the charm, Cliff.
Yeah, you showed me. Yes, you did.
This must be how Odell Beckham feels when he scores a game-winning touchdown.
This must be how Shelly felt when she won that purple bear. Pepsi.
I never overthink it, do what I want, and I do it my way. We live the life we wanna live, that's right, let's celebrate. Yeah, we're all about a good time. Yeah, we're all about a good life. You won't believe until you see, this is gonna be a fun ride. Yeah, we're all about a good time. Yeah, we're all about a good life. Good energy.
Save on Butterball Turkey for only 99 cents a pound at Target.
Well, we go back and take a look at that interception return. Here's Xavier Rhodes on the outside. He's cornered. Zimmer likes 4-cross zone down here in the red zone. And so you've got Captain Munnerlyn on John Brown. Could have maybe been called for pass interference inside on the slot position as you take a closer look at it. Contact beyond 5 yards, but I'm not sure exactly what, and that's what Arians was hoping to get called, and he's arguing with the official, and he makes a good point. I don't know if John Brown ran that route too deep, but clearly miscommunication between he and Carson Palmer, and it was costly.
Here's a better kickoff by Forbath. The drive will start at the 25. Here's Kurt. What's coming up at the half?
Coming up on the Visa halftime, the Cowboys try to sweep their way to 9-1. Marcus Mariota and Indiana. What? I don't think Conor McGregor has anything to worry about. We'll talk football on the Visa halftime. What was that?
White. I'm just too white.
That was disturbing. There's the longest in team history, 100-yard interception return for a touchdown for Xavier Rhodes. And the longest interception return in the NFL in over 3 years.
I was really shocked at practice on Friday, just the size. He's a big physical corner.
Here is a good throw, and out of the backfield, it's David Johnson. Let's go back to that non-call on John Brown, which led to the meeting between Clete Blakeman with Bruce Arians yelling at him over on the sideline. Carson Palmer frustrated, to say the least. But time to answer in what is a 10-point game. 2 timeouts left, 2.5 on the clock. Johnson right side, cuts upfield. Went right past Terrence Newman and picks up 8. Sendejo on the stop.
Let's go, gun, switch left.
See if they get another snap away before the 2-minute warning.
Well, this would be big and much needed for Arizona after that to try to flip momentum and come away with points for the end of this half.
Here's a handoff to Johnson for a first down. And a good start to this drive for Arizona. 1:57 left. We'll stop at the 2-minute warning. Cardinals on the move, down by 10.
Well, if you want to sing out, sing out. And if you want to be free, be free. 'Cause there's a million things to be, you know that there are.
Papa John's scouting report on this season's best new prospect? Thick, cheesy, and golden brown. Papa John's new pan pizza. Try a 3-topping for $10 and a 2-liter Pepsi for $2.
Papa John's, the official pizza sponsor of the NFL.
Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face.
You're broken down and tired.
Ever since Star was little, she believed her name was who she was.
The minute I heard that girl sing, it made me feel we got the makings of a supergroup.
Stay away from those girls.
And we'll rise up. I like the waves. We'll rise up.
This is your dream.
Babe, this is my dream for us.
Some people, no matter what they were born into, were meant to be so much more.
Special premiere December 14th on Fox.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL, presents the Bud Light Strike Gold play of the game. NFL defenses pride themselves on forcing turnovers. Last week, the Chiefs forced a critical fumble deep in Panthers territory with less than a minute left in a tie game. The play set up a game-winning field goal for the team's 5th straight victory. Be on the lookout for limited edition Bud Light Strike Gold packaging for your chance to win Super Bowl tickets for life.
You can follow your favorite team all season long. Just go to itunes.com/NFL. 89-year-old Jerry Burns with a hug and a greeting for Larry Fitzgerald. Former Vikings head coach, former assistant to Bud Grant, Vince Lombardi, Good to see him before the game. Here's Palmer on first down, out of the reach of Johnson near the sideline. And David Johnson, again, over 100 yards from scrimmage. That is 10 straight games to start the season.
I tell you, Carson Palmer, he got blown up at the end of that play. Tom Johnson, he gets a straight shot, and then you got Griffin off the edge. And like I said, you know, sometimes you only look at the sacks, and they're not always telling the true story. And those pressures like that hits on a quarterback every bit as effective as the sack, just minus the yards lost.
2nd and 10 now. Here's Gresham on the sideline. Ball's out and out of bounds. And now they're going to say incomplete. And one may overrule the other.
It's funny how the guy comes in from clear across the other side of the field.
Captain Munnerlyn was there defending.
Fumble forward out of Browns. They'll bring the ball back to the spot of the foul. It's 3rd down.
We're inside 2 minutes, so they bring the ball back to the spot of the fumble. This was clearly a catch, not an incomplete pass. Catch is made. Well, I don't know. Munnerlyn knocked it out. And the official that came running in and said incompletion may have had a case. But they rule it a catch, and the clock is running. And now we're going to have an issue with the clock.
Arizona takes its 2nd timeout, 30-second timeout.
And because the clock was running.
Well, that's what Bruce now, with the clock running, he has to burn a timeout. He's not happy over on that sidelines for a number of reasons, but now simply had it have been ruled incomplete, which we saw the official come in there at the end trying to rule it from across the field, but it forces him to burn another timeout to stop the clock.
I'm not so sure he needed to use it. Minute 20 left, but he's down to 1.
Go back to Jerry Burns. I played against some of those Viking teams. He was a heck of a coach, and you know, we talk about this defense and what Mike Zimmer has done with this group. He coached some awfully good defenses here in Minnesota when he was the head coach.
Well, now it's Mike Zimmer. In his 3rd year, he and the Vikings won the division last year and lost a heartbreaker January 10th to the Seahawks.
And they moved David Johnson in here into the slot. Keep an eye on him. He's awfully dangerous.
3rd down and 6. Quick throw, what a catch. There's Johnson. That's where Palmer went, and he shows just how good his hands are.
Well, and you've got to trust any receiver when you're throwing inside slant routes that they're going to get in there and that they're going to make a play. Those aren't always easy catches to make. It shows the trust that Carson has in him as a receiver.
Just coming up that pick 6. Here's Gresham up to get it. And Jermaine Gresham is in for the touchdown. What an effort by the 7-year pro Jermaine Gresham. And the Cardinals are right back in it.
I think Harrison Smith thought that he might be getting an interception. The ball's kind of high. We'll take a look and see if he actually got in. Looks good to me.
Yep.
That's a great job by Gresham just after the catch and then being able to extend and use every bit of his 6'5" frame to score the touchdown. But Harrison Smith was in a position in the center field and tries to make a play. Here's David Johnson on the play before. That's excellent hands on his part. And coming right back to Gresham then for the touchdown. You see him at the tight end position, a ball that's high. I think Harrison Smith thought initially he was going to be able to make a play on it, but Gresham just goes up and snags it.
They gave that scoring play an extra look. It was a good call. And there's a terrific look at it. And Smith was thinking about the pick. Gresham up to get it. Catanzaro with an extra point attempt. And all of a sudden it's a 3-point game again with 50 seconds left in the half. And 3 timeouts for Sam Bradford and the Vikings. What an effort by Gresham. His first touchdown of the year. This January, She's Inappropriate and in Charge, TV's most outrageous new comedy coming to Fox. Caitlin Olsen is their guardian, but she's no angel. The Mick premieres this January here on Fox.
Well, that's a great job by this Cardinals offense, and really Carson Palmer in particular. You throw the costly pick 6, puts you down 10, Couple minutes left in the half. He drives them down, makes some nice throws. The last one to Jermaine Gresham, and you still don't get the 3 points that you lost out on because of the pick, but at least you make it now a one-possession game back to a 3-point game. That's huge going in at halftime. Now this Cardinals defense is going to have to make a stop of their own with still plenty of time left on the clock.
It's the first touchdown scored by a tight end. It's on the active roster for the Arizona Cardinals. Jermaine Gresham really had to work for it, the two-time Pro Bowler. Earlier in his career, Catanzaro blasts this one to the back of the end zone and through it. How about a game break? Here's Carissa.
Thanks, Joe. Baltimore at Dallas, a team you guys know very well. Cowboys were down 7-0. Dak Prescott rolls out here, finds Cole Beasley. He got knocked out of bounds on this play. Dak Prescott did. Got looked at on the sideline. He is fine. Baltimore added a field goal to the score, so it's 10-7 right now in Dallas. Joe?
Forget who's the backup now for the Dallas Cowboys?
I was wondering. I don't know.
Stephon Diggs, the first player in NFL history with 13 or more catches back-to-back games. He's been shut out. And he's seen a lot of Patrick Peterson as Ronnie Hillman carries it on first down for 6. And there's Stephon Diggs with under 40 to play and no timeout. This one batted down, and it was the big arm of Calais Campbell. Kyle Rudolph was the target, and for Carson Palmer, it's been quite the range of emotions. Frustrated after the pick 6, pleading his case that John Brown was held, and now celebrating with Gresham after that 29-yard touchdown.
Yeah, clearly he was held, and I also think that there's a good chance that Brown went deep on the route and that Palmer was expecting him to come out at a shorter distance and obviously flatter, and that discussion was taking place as well.
Now 3rd down and 4. Here's Asiata out of the backfield, can't get out of bounds, and the Vikings will have to use a timeout. They used their first with 20 seconds left. Jefferson on the tackle, which kept Asiata in bounds, forcing the timeout. Meanwhile, for the kicking game, Troy, Blair Walsh is gone, the former 6th-round pick, a Pro Bowler in his rookie season back in 2012. Signed a new long-term deal last July, and now it's Kai Forbath. His career long is 57 yards, which would mean getting it to the 39-yard line of Arizona. This is first game in Minnesota.
Got the trio of UCLA Bruins that are a part of that field goal kicking team, and snapper, holder, and Forbath the kicker.
First down play, in trouble Bradford, and down he goes. And that could very well end the half as Okafor gets in. And that's going to do it. 3-point game at the half.
They're trying to get the ball out to Diggs. They go 7-step drop. They actually keep the tight end in, thinking that maybe then they can help protect, and there's just no chance for Sam Bradford.
Good game. In a game that both sides need. Vikings trying to snap a 4-game losing streak, leading at home by 3. Kurt, guys, all yours back in LA.
Welcome to the Visa Halftime Report. Visa, everywhere you want to be.
Welcome to the Visa Halftime. Kurt Benefield along with Terry Howard, Michael Jimmy. Roll those highlights.
All right, let's get it going, Jay Cutler. Nice game. Over 150 yards and a touchdown in the first half. This one he finds the tight end, Zach Miller. Good pass protection, and he squeezed that bad boy in there from 19 yards out. Little post route, 3 guys on him. He still got it in. 16-9, though. Bears on top of the Giants. Michael Strahan.
Hey.
Buccaneers at the Chiefs. Alex Smith in the second quarter. Everybody dropping back. So take off and run. Man coverage. Beautiful job. 11-yard touchdown run. Good game. 10-9. Chiefs on top of the Buccaneers. Bills at the Bengals. A.J. Green, great wide receiver for Cincinnati, carted off with a hamstring, right hamstring injury. but it's LaShawn McCoy for Buffalo as he bounces outside on a 7-yard touchdown. Buffalo up by 7-0 over Cincinnati. Dalton back. This is a great throw. I mean, that is a great throw to Tyler Boyd. 1-yard touchdown. Man-to-man coverage, one step leading to the outside. 12-10. Bengals on top of the Bills. Ravens at the Cowboys. Tony Romo this week saying Prescott had earned the right to be the starter. But Terrence West of Baltimore down traveling to play the Cowboys at Dallas. 18-yard touchdown, 7-0. Prescott, roll right. Cole Beasley, where are you? Did this a lot. Prescott did when he was at Mississippi State, 7-7.
Bulldogs.
Now we're tied up at 10-all. Ravens and the Cowboys. 8 seconds remaining in the first half. Steelers at the Browns. After a defensive penalty, Steelers got an extra play with no time on the clock. They go for it. Pass interference on Joe Hayden. Steelers get another chance, and then Le'Veon Bell takes it in. 2-point conversion. Again, hey, Mike Tomlin, when are you going to quit that?
They made it that time, though.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
Okay, I misread it. 14-0. All right, way to go, Mike. Tennessee Titans at the Colts. That's Peyton Manning coming out. And the 2006 Super Bowl champion Colts being honored. So, all of a sudden, the Colts are playing great football. 4th and 1, Andrew Luck to T.Y. Hilton. 21-7 Colts all over the Titans, who are a hot football team. Jaguars at the line, second quarter. Andre Roberts returns his punt. 55. I used to do this in Pee Wee football, Howie. I was so quick. Look at that. That was me. That's back all the way. Lions do what? What do they do? Miss the extra point. 6-3. Detroit. Then Blake Bortles to Allen Robinson. A 3-yard touchdown. What do they do? Miss the extra point. Get over it.
Minnesota missed the extra point today. There are 6 missed extra points in the first half of the game today. Ties the high water mark for this season for the entire league. Howie, Minnesota did miss the extra point, but they still have the lead.
Yeah, you know, as Jimmy mentioned earlier, Minnesota's struggling in protection, can't take the ball down the field, so you got to find creative ways to get that done with play action pass, reverses. Here, Bradford lined up off to the side in a fake reverse, back to Bradford, to Thielen, sucks the defense up. They draw the pass interference play. And on the subsequent play, Asiata in for what looked like a score, originally not ruled a score. After review, they gave them the touchdown. But that's how they have to find ways to get the ball down the field because of the protection issues.
Yeah, Arizona moving the ball up and down the field, lots of first downs, lots of great plays, but you can't have the turnover on the goal line.
Can't.
Oh, man.
Can't. No, you can't do it.
Well, why? That's to turn around the difference in the ball game.
Ain't no reason for that.
I mean, but like you said, with 20 minutes of possession in the first half. But David Johnson, who we featured in our pregame show, already had the over 100-yard worth of total offense for the Cardinals in the first half.
You knew with the issues they had in the offensive line, they were going to lean heavily on him, both from a running standpoint, check downs.
And if you're a Cardinal fan, that interception at the goal line.
Boy.
Oh,
there was
man,
confusion.
you don't want that.
Minnesota's got to find a way to keep scoring, though. They scored 20 points in the first half last week. Didn't score again, lost 26-20.
Can't let that happen.
Can't. We'll find out. Visa play of the half, of course. The 100-yard pick six by Xavier Rhodes, second half. From Minneapolis on the other side.
It's time for Visa